Welcome to Bill Dance Saltwater. Great fun fishing that anyone can do. Yes, you can do this.
Come on, close the deal. Close the deal. There it is. There it is.
Close the deal.
Close the deal. Sell that used car, cuz. Sell it. Sell it.
When we ran out of showtime for last week's show, we left Bill and his good friend Captain Theophile Bourgeois still casting away for some choice speckled trout in the scenic Chandeleur Islands about 65 miles east of New Orleans, Louisiana. Theophile operates Bourgeois charters out of Lafitte, Louisiana, and they had flown into this unique fishery in one of Theophile's seaplanes. The Chandeleurs have long acted as defense barriers for inland Louisiana and Mississippi, absorbing the initial impacts of tropical weather systems. Because of that, much of their landmass has been lost over the years due to many devastating hurricanes such as Camille and Katrina. But what is left today is still truly a paradise. Mangroves and eelgrass cover the sand and shell islands, and exotic birds nest in the sanctuaries. The waters are so clear that beds of seagrass can be seen as far as 5 feet down, and the fishing here is simply nothing short of fantastic. Wade fishing for speckled trout is considered to be among the best on our planet, and that's exactly why Bill and Theophile flew in. They found the topwater action so good that they just couldn't leave when we ran out of airtime last week. Using bomber badonkadonk lures, they had been enticing the big specks into explosive strikes and antics. So it's no wonder our fishermen couldn't make themselves leave. Let's rejoin them now, where they left off last week, and share in the fun.
You know, I've had a lot of success fishing this bait. You know, you and I, several years ago, caught a lot of fish.
Oh, yeah.
You know, redfish on this thing, and I've caught a lot of fish on this bait. I've caught a lot of bass on it. But one thing that I've learned about fishing it, if you use too stiff a rod, it'll wear you out.
Yep.
What you need is a soft tip action, you know. A rod with a very soft tip to be able to work the bait properly.
Right, to make him walk.
Huh? To make it
him
walk.
walk back and forth, yeah.
See that light tip?
Yeah.
That light tip makes all the difference in the world. And too stiff an action, you overpower the bait too much.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And it'll wear you out.
Show me another big one. Whoa, like that.
Look right there. Look. He's sitting there talking. Boom.
Oh,
you were reeling it fast, weren't you?
I was actually reeling in to rethrow.
Well, that right there's crazy, ain't it?
Whoa, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Easy, Paw. Man.
Boy, that right there is doing it.
Yes,
Keeping
sir.
away from my legs. That's a redfish.
No, it's a big old trout.
No. Oh, boy, look at the
There's
size.
another trout underneath.
Oh, we're going to have to double net him. Don't lose that one.
He's too
Boy,
big.
that right there is a horse.
He's too big for one net, huh? I'll let you net him for me.
I'm going to net him for you.
Woo! Now you're talking.
Boy, look at the size of that.
Do my damn, I can get hung up. Yes, sir.
Boy, you did good, Toe.
He got it on the retrieve. I was reeling him in just to get him, I can make one of that lone cast. You know, you can't cast 300 yards.
Yeah, I'll get the bait out. Don't lose that.
Oh, pretty good.
Look at the size of that trout. How big is that trout?
Wow.
He's
He's
the biggest one today.
Yeah, he's thick, man. It's hard to see. They're all so nice. He's probably 4.5 pounds.
I believe he's bigger than that.
7.5 pounder though. That's what I'm talking about. 7.5.
He's that big old dorsal thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't he pretty?
Yep.
Huh?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Look how thick he is.
Nice and healthy. We're saying 5. How about a 5? Happy 5?
I believe he will.
All right.
Thick, look how thick he is in the
thick,
back.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. He's definitely a thick one. Woo! All right.
Pretty fish.
Yes, sir.
You did good.
Yeah. All right. Here old Bill did me. Took my bait and stuck it in my pants. How you like that?
Today's show is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels. Outsmart, outfish, outlast. And Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you in part by Fish Defunk. It keeps your hands scent-free and clean, so fish can't smell you. Use Fish Defunk unscented while fishing and Fish Defunk scented after fishing to remove all odors.
Do it up, do it up, do it up, son. Do it up. Whee. Yeah, it's the coaxing.
Get it, Buster, get it.
It's the coaxing part that's really neat on that, you know. But you know, the fish is trying to figure out what is that. Woo! Whoa! Whoa!
Like a jumping. Look where you going.
Oh man, I got a fish on the boy. That thing going
He's
between
back
my
on you
legs.
again.
Ooh, that thing
He's
going
coming
between my
after you
legs.
again.
Man, get that thing away from me. Oh my goodness.
I put too much pressure on him because I'm
Oh man.
sorry.
That thing was he was in a
Joe,
jury.
you is so crazy.
That thing was in a jury shop. That thing, man.
It's stupid net. I tell you what, I thought something had me. Oh man.
Oh man, that thing was in a jury shop. I was worried about that.
Oh, you got one on too?
Yeah. When I was over there trying to stay clear of yours.
Hey, I was bearing. Hey, I had my finger on the drag. I was bearing down on him, trying to pull him back from you.
The Chandeleur Islands, since I've been a kid, has always been just the draw. You know, it's a job to get out here, but once you're here, it's so beautiful.
Well, you know, I've heard of them for years and years and years. Some of the biggest trout are caught
Right, out here.
in the Chandeleur Islands.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's nice.
I mean, come out here, we're averaging 3 and 4 pound trout.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think we've caught.
And the
very
key
few.
thing,
Huh?
key thing is that on top water.
Yeah.
So that's what really makes it special.
In other words, you'll catch your biggest trout on top.
And hands down, top water bait is always known to me for the bigger trout. You know, so the numbers won't be there. If we wanted to say get a bunch of stringers full of a lot of fish, we'd be throwing plastic right now. But we're here looking for, say, I call them trophy fish, and that trophy hit, that hit on top water, no comparison.
There he is.
You got up on that.
I had one sneak up there and pop it.
All right.
Maybe
Another trail. Another man. Another man there, cuz.
not as big as it. Whoa. I gotta work my way to the pliers. I can't believe it. I got a pair of pliers just like that.
Oh, boy, look at that.
And I don't know why I didn't bring them.
All right. Oh, damn. It's a little more complicated.
I never seen anybody
Well, I was trying
reach through the
I was trying to get through the net where I could stand. I grab your stick. Now hold these hooks out your way. There you go, got it. There you go. There's a purpose for everything. Get your bait out of here. I tell you what, son, now you know the size of these fish and the teeth that they got, how strong they are.
They are strong.
But look at this bait. The bait's really holding up. Sometimes baits really get dirty, you know, quick. They lose all their color and get all ate up. These
That's a
things
good
here,
bait.
man.
That is a good bait. You know, I was talking about the rods a minute ago. A lot of people get put out with fishing one of these baits because they don't have the proper rod to fish it with.
Right.
They use too stiff a rod
They get
or too light a rod, and they can't work
Yeah,
the
they
bait.
get- they get wild.
They can't work the bait properly.
They get wore out with it.
Yep. And they get wore out with it. And
And get disgusted because
Right.
they ain't catching any tide.
right.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Mako Boats, building legends for over 40 years. Gamakatsu, world's finest hooks. And Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. Today's equipment log is brought to you in part by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime. Today's show is sponsored in part by Stren, the standard of dependability since 1958. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. And Mystic Lubricants, lubrication domination.
Okay, now the equipment we're using today are Quantum's 7-foot medium action smoke rods, along with Quantum's 25 smoke reels. We got them spooled with Stren 14-pound clear blue fluorescent monofilament and 20-pound Stren low-vis green braided super line. Now these lines are perfect for the water clarity we're fishing and to work these topwater lures to get a quick, strong hook set to help keep these hard-pulling rascals hooked up. Look at that, that was quick.
Whoa,
Wow, did you
topping.
see that?
The topping, man. Well, with the braid, I mean, there's no stretch. I can feel everything. I can
know
feel, you know, especially when you're bouncing a 1/4-ounce jig on the bottom. And then I find that I can work the top water, I'm gonna say more aggressive in a sense, but yeah, with just not as much effort. There we go. Woo!
Boy, that is a
Now
good
that's
one there, buddy.
And that's a real trout here, cuz.
That is crazy, too. Look at that. Look at that trout jump.
He's crazy, man. Hey,
He's crazy.
watch him, but the tail walk.
I ain't never seen
Man.
one do that.
Man, I guess I'd be mad too had that thing stuck up in my mouth. That dude there.
Woo, look at that trout jump.
You done? No. Okay, you ain't done yet. That sucker there. Woo. That there, son. All right.
Carried on like a smallmouth, didn't it?
No doubt.
There's one.
Uh-oh.
Look at that
There we
one's
go.
jumping too.
There we go. Got one coming out the net, one going on a stringer, one going to be in the stringer.
One coming in on this pole,
All right.
but he's not a jumper.
Tell you what, that's the most jumping I've seen in a long time. Oh, he got me back. Oh,
Little jump out of him.
got you a jumper too?
He cut up a little bit.
Man, they're getting bigger, Bill.
He's a cartwheeler.
You got your jumper, son. Oh, point him towards you.
Okay.
Oh, I just had another hit. Had another hit. Are you taking that one off? Let me get over there. Got him?
I got him,
Oh,
but I'm gonna need to,
fly.
I think,
Oh, oh,
get him.
oh, got the fly in one hand. I got the fly for you, boy.
You go ahead with the fish. I'll get the pliers.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, indeed.
I got that hook out.
Get
I got that hook
get
out.
some- relieve that tension.
Here, I'm gonna just throw him.
Yeah, they've been dragging on my feet all
Give me
day.
that.
There you go. Woohoo! Come on, come on, come on. That's what I'm talking about. They get much bigger than this, we're gonna need bigger nets. Okie dokie. Man, that's a fistful of fish right there, son.
There he is. Now, when the speckled trout leave here, Toe, where will they go?
Honestly, I think there's two groups. I think there's one group that goes out to the Gulf, you know, just for more stable conditions. And then there's another group that comes inside, like where we at, you know, in the bayou system. You'll find them, you know, it's like they leave here, where do they go? So I really feel there's two different groups that go out, but most of them go north. You know, when it gets cold, I think they go north. And I get a lot of fish up by me moving closer by the house. They go in them shallow bays, and then when it gets really cold and they go in a little deeper canal with 10 foot of water, and they move back and forth. But out here, this is just prime spawning time.
The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week is brought to you by Mystic Lubricants and their complete line of JT4 marine products. A full line of products for your full line of pursuits. Visit mysticlube.com today.
Do you ever get skunked? How do you handle the frustration? Obviously, you've mistaken me for Roland Martin. But it really happens. A humbling experience is good for the soul. The days that I didn't catch a fish don't bother me nearly as much as the days I didn't learn something. Having a boatload of confidence will help you on every trip. And that's a trip offshore, inshore, or through life.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort, and Finnor, legendary tackle since 1933. Closed captioning is provided by Bill Dance Digital. Follow us. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin's Echo Map series of chart plotter sonar combos. These awesome push-button units provide the clearest scanning sonar images on the water.
Why do I like this 7-foot rod that I'm using today so much? Simply put, I know with a longer rod I can cast my lure further, and on the hook set, I can pull my line a whole lot further than I can with a shorter rod. This moves my hook further and quicker, so it just stands to reason that I'll improve my strike-catch ratio with a longer quality rod like this 7-foot rod.
If you're looking for the latest fishing information and tips, be sure to check out the free Bill Dance mobile app, available for both iOS and Android users.
What's the number one diet of the speckled trout?
Whenever they small, like when they're little bitty, they'll do more crustaceans. Shrimp, they'll chase shrimp, and they'll eat little crabs, eat whatever. But when they get this size, they typically out here in the Gulf, and 99% of the time it's either pogies or these big mullets.
There he is. Wapo!
Got a little something. Man.
Got you something.
Either he's a big boy or got him coming in sideways.
Well, don't get him in my shoe. I got one too.
Uh-oh.
He doubled up again. Look at here.
Uh-oh. Oh, get out the string. Get out the stringer, son.
Keep him away from me. Keep him away from me.
You got a pony there, son.
Got a pony.
Wait a minute.
I got one that's been eating shrimp then.
You got a shrimp eater.
Calm down.
All right. Liars.
There they come.
Liars.
I got to do something here.
Oh, now you talk. Get out there, boy. Get out there. You know they're running pairs, triples, quadruplets.
I don't know if I went far enough.
Oh,
I think I threw too short.
Right, here. Little fatty.
Ooh,
Little fatty.
bad. Was he straight out? So?
Yeah, straight up. Ooh. Ooh. All right. All right, come on out of there, boy. Come on out of there. Whoa. Top hook come out. Top hook come out, bottom hook in. We'll take it. Hey.
You say this will kind of hold up for on into November?
Yeah, September, October for sure. November is where it gets iffy, you know, based on cold front, you know.
So that's the key, is the temperature?
Yeah, temperature, when it's hot out here and the water's cool, you know, it keeps you cool.
So when do they start leaving here?
Yeah, like I said, in October, when the temperature starts dropping, cool nights. Like right now, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you drop down in this deeper water.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I can't tell you how much fun I've had. It's been a great day.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, man.
I think anytime you can come out and catch trout that size, and you catch them on top water.
Oh, yeah, and then it's such a beautiful location.
Huh?
Beautiful location like this, you know,
it's
remote.
Absolutely great.
You know, when you think about it, quite possibly that phrase we often hear, the trip of a lifetime, was actually born right here in the Chandeleur Islands. That's especially true if it was a fisherman who coined it. As you've seen, Theophile and his staff know this place and all it has to offer well enough to make sure a fishing trip here will be one you'll always remember and want to repeat over and over. They have seaplane excursions for redfish and trout that'll fit about any plan you want, from day trips to overnight, and all just 30 minutes from downtown New Orleans. Thanks for wading along with us today, and please join us often. We hope you've enjoyed Bill Dance Saltwater and learned that you can do this. Please join us right here again next week.